Hello everyone, it's Amy. This is going to be my first budget witch video, and I'm going to focus this video right now on candles. So a lot of witchy stuff involves candles or the use of fire, and that can get quite expensive and also hard to find, especially colored candles. So I'm going to give you guys a few of my sources and a few things that I do. They're going to keep the cost down and to kind of, you know, have the spirit of what I'm doing keep going. Like, you know, the nature of the spell, even though I might not have, say, a 7-day candle, I can still do a 7-day spell. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the dollar store. The dollar store actually has a lot of different candles. These are just a few. Let me see if I can angle the camera down. Little tea lights right here. I know they sell pillars, little votive pillars, and they also sell taper candles. And it's not just Dollar Tree too. This is in almost any major store, like a Target, a Walmart. Trying to think of so many others. Any big box store pretty much will have it, all in different colors. Now, one of the things about being a budget witch is that certain holidays will have certain colors associated with them. This is really helpful. You can get green candles, like you can see right here. I don't know if it will focus, but these are Christmas candles. But they're green, and they work. You know, around Halloween, you'll find a lot of orange tapers and black tapers, and that's when you grab them and stock up on them. The other thing, too, is to remember with candles is that white can substitute for any color. So whereas if you're doing a banishing spell or a clearing spell and you want to use a black candle, you can always substitute a white one. That's fine. If you wanted to do a love spell, you know, you can still use a white candle. It's sort of the go-to, works with everything. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I might make a video on it when I actually do it again, is these little tea light candles. You can melt them down a bit and add some crayon colors and make your own colored votives. Now these ones are from Walmart, see, Mainstays, and they're kind of the soft wax that needs to get poured in a container, so you can't really, see, you can't pull it out. So these you would kind of, I wouldn't set on a hot plate, but kind of a warm plate to kind of melt them a bit, to pull them out, and then put them all in a little pot, melt the wax down, and mix in a crayon. Now the ones from the dollar store, and I'm pretty sure the regular dollar store plain white tea lights are similar. If you look at the tea lights, the ones that you want to get have that little hole around the wick. What this indicates is that the wax is really hard. It doesn't need a container to hold it. So you can pop it out like that. And then push a little bit on the wick. See how it comes out? There you go. You can then just toss the wax, melt it down. And then how you would redo these is once your wax is all melted in the pot, you take this wick, kind of dip it really quick so it gets it on there, and you'd put that right there. And of course the wick would be straight and everything, and then you would pour your hot wax in here. Now you can do this really inexpensively too, because for your wax containers and everything, you can use a regular tin can that you've bent the side to kind of make a pour spout in, and you set that in water to melt down the wax. So I mean, that and a pair of tongs and you can make your own candles. And a really good way to do the things if you don't have any large Hispanic groups near you, because they usually are ones that use the 7-day candles a lot. The really big kind of glass pillory ones. Here, let me grab an example. So, let me pull that back. This one's Our Lady of Perpetual Help. And it's a nice big one. Dollar Store sells these too. They're a little bit smaller around than this. or at least the ones that my area do. So you might want to check out yours. But if you don't have access to a 7-day candle and you need one for a 7-day spell, you can color and make your own, or use colored ones if you can find it, and use one each day. Now the tea lights generally burn for at least an hour-ish, so they're very, very good substitutes for a 7-day candle. And I kind of prefer them a bit more because I don't like leaving candles unattended. And so when I'm doing spell work and I don't want to use a big taper that takes a long time to burn down, I will use a votive. As I know in about a couple hours that the light will be out and the house is safe from burning down. So that's a really quick candle budget tip I can give you guys. The other thing too is look around and see any candles you like. If you can get them inexpensively, grab them. And you can always melt them down and pour them into different containers and use them that way. But I believe that's about it. The ones usually from Dollar Tree now are scented. They used to be mostly unscented, which is where I used to get a lot of my candles. I don't like scented candles for spell work because I find that sometimes the scent doesn't necessarily go with what I want the spell to accomplish. The smell of cantaloupe doesn't really add much to a spell, or at least not for me. So this is my quick budget witch tip on candles, and I will try and make a video on melting these down and repouring little tea light candles for you guys. And yes, blessed be.